Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. We just kind of got everything set up for tonight. The grazing school is going to be starting in the morning. We got everything kind of trimmed up. We got the porta potties in place, hand washing station, and we actually have a foot operated washing station, so you don't have to use your hands to turn the water on and off. We've got. This is the where all the classroom instruction will take place. We've got people spaced out pretty nice. I think we're looking with everybody that's going to be working with us tomorrow, and the attendees were about 120 people, and we got speaker systems in every corner. This is a big tent. It's kind of roomy in here. I like it. And then we have a raised stage down here where the Greg Brand and myself will be giving the PowerPoint part presentation, the classroom instruction. Then we've got some really awesome pasture walks for the next 3 days. What's really cool is one of them we're going to be able to leave right from here and just walk right across the road on one of our big lease farms. We've got the bull mob coming in. It's just, you know, this grazing planning and stuff, setting out and planning stuff ahead on a chart, it just allows you to do so many things, and it's just pretty awesome. So we got the cows located where we're not going to have to people aren't going to have to walk very far. I'm talking less than 50 yards. They're going to be able to see, you know, over 350 cows just walking, and we're going to do a paddock move with the whole group right in the middle of them, so the cows are actually going to walk right into the people at the school, which is cool. Our cows are so tame, you know, because they've never seen a stranger because they're used to everybody. Jan's got her chunky monkey furniture set up over here. That's out of our Eastern Red Cedar. Of course, we got some bird houses set out, and we've got parking everywhere. We got parking behind the shed. We've got parking out in front. We're gonna probably use it all up though. This is Steve and Cindy's place. They are so gracious. They are our lifetime lease owners, and they've just got such a beautiful place here to hold it. And yeah, it's a showcase. That's what it is. It's right in the middle of all of our farms. We've got 440 acres going that way, and then all together we've got 13 farms all fastened together in a row. And Steve and Cindy's is the connecting link. And Steve, what'd you call your place the other day? The Suez or the Panama Canal?
Well, depends on if you're a friend or foe. It's the Panama if you're a friend. It's the Suez if you're a foe. Terrorists own the Suez. Friends own the Panama.
There you go. So they've got a 20-acre piece here, and then they've got the big farm over the very first farm I leased in 1999. So if it wasn't for Steve and Cindy, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you all. They're the ones that got it all going when I didn't have anything going. I'd pretty much lost everything due to the divorce, and Steve and Cindy threw me a lifeline when I called them up and asked them if I could lease their farm, and that was in 1999. And today we've got 16 farms, but it all started with Steve and Cindy McCauley, and I can never be thankful enough to that couple for what they did for Jan and I. I just can't. I mean, they're just super awesome people. But this farm that they bought right here, this was my uncle's. This is Uncle Scott's, and of course it didn't look like this. My nephew bought this back in 1991, and it was just briars, and him and Angie, Chris and Angie, cleaned all this up, put that double wide in, and then many years later, Steve and Cindy were able to buy it. They moved on. My nephew and them did and built a new house somewhere else, and so this is just a beautiful place. Got a stock pond right out there in front that Steve can fish in, and the grandkids, and I gotta show you inside here what. Okay, you gotta hush up a minute. I gotta show this. You're live. No, you're fine. Y'all are the ones doing all the work. So tell me what you got there, girls. What do you got?
Go ahead, Cindy.
We have t-shirts. We
Okay.
have short sleeve. We have long sleeve. We have X small, medium, large, XL, 2XL, and 3XL.
Well, you got a menagerie of colors there. And what do you got?
Look on the table.
Yeah,
Oh my
we're-
gosh, I
we're
didn't
all
see it.
the ones on the table.
I didn't even see all those.
And then hats, of course.
Oh man. Yeah, look at that. Well, somebody asked if we were going to have any hats and t-shirts to sell. I think you all have got that covered, don't you?
We got some new colors this year, and long sleeves are brand new. And so I have yet to put them on the website, but they will be coming. We just got them in this week, so we're running.
Well, you all have been running all day. You got the coffee already set for in the morning, so you just have to plug it in?
Just plug it in. We're going to talk with Steve on that. And this year we're selling some dehydrate mushrooms.
Oh my goodness. Well, you don't miss a beat, do you?
There, we have a lot of these.
Well, what do you got? We got over here in this corner, you got the O'Brien step-in post.
Yep.
And the Terragate geared reels and Powerflex poly braid. So yeah, we can fix people up with fencing.
That's easy because we don't have
This is Steve's butcher shop in here. This is where we actually skin and do the deer, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah.
How many deer do you reckon's been processed in here? Probably 100 or more.
Yeah, at least. I don't want to say just last year, because then somebody tried to arrest me. But over the past 10 years, since we've owned it, well over 100.
Yeah. It's kind of a neat time of the year. It's in the fall, and we all get together and have a good time hunting, and then we cut up a lot of meat, and everybody goes home with meat. So that's pretty cool. I just wanted to show the. I already did. Jan, make sure you mention the Chunky Monkey furniture. But this farm across the road, we're gonna have a pasture walk down through that farm. There's a spring. It's not a spring. It's a creek. It's got a low water crossing in it. It's got a little waterfall down there, and that's where the bull mob. We're gonna have 74 bulls down there. We're gonna walk to the group right down that hill, and we got the rock skirt in action over there on that pond. We'll be looking at that, and this is just a fairly new farm over there. Oh, I gotta show you. Got to show you my beast. So I had the old White Knight Dodge Ram 2500 for, gosh, it was the first thing that Jan and I bought together back in, what year was that? 2001. Anyway, we drove it for, from 2001, that's 19 years, 20. We had it 20 years. And this spring, the transmission started slipping in it. It was a 96 Dodge, and you just get tired of putting money in something that's getting that old. And so I upgraded. I took my bed. This is the same bed. That's the Dewey. It's not a Dewey's. It's a Basler. Basler's a whole lot better baling roller bed than a Dewey's. But anyway, this is a hydraulic bed. So I still got my bed. There's a, I don't know if I can lift that up or not. Nope, not with one hand. There is a hydraulic pump underneath that right there. Okay, and there's the fifth wheel underneath that hidden trap right there. And we took the bed off of this truck, and now I've got this one's got a 4-door. Okay, it's a turbo diesel. A young fella had this. I know him. He's a neighbor. Matter of fact, his dad owns the next farm, passing on to Cindy over here, and Steve. And he drove this thing to work for quite a few years. And this winter, for his job, he bought a new truck. And so he asked me if I wanted this one for a farm truck. And y'all got to hear this thing. It's a beast. I'll go ahead and start it up. It's a 2005. I mean, it's got more power. It's a 6-speed. It's got 6 speeds in it, but it's got the it's a beast. It's a little bit of an upgrade of what I had. I can haul people around in it, you know, for farm tours. Heck, I can get 3 in the back. This actually, the center console comes up. We can get 3 in the front. Just tons of power. The young man that had this, he was kind of into power. And he put one of those performance kits on this thing. So when you turn it up to high performance, I think this thing cranks out, I think he said 600, around 600 or 650 horsepower. So I won't have any problem pulling a stock trailer with this. Oh, and it's got the cow catcher on the front. We call these cow catchers or deer catchers. It keeps anything you hit, it's not going to get into your grill. It's got the big toe straps on each side you can hook onto. You're not gonna tear up your grill. There goes my neighbor Gabe. He got him a new buggy. Thing looks like it'll scat. But anyway, this is a pretty nice upgrade. Oh, I got to show you what else I put on it. So if you're gonna haul anything heavy on the back of a flatbed, it's not too much to get it down onto your frame, and so I had my guy put on these. Those are what they call air shocks. They're airbags. I'm sorry, airbags. And they go right onto the frame, and then there's an air nozzle right here on the very back, right there. It's got a little plug. I put that plug on it, but that's an air. You put your air in there. You can pump those airbags up to 60, 70 pounds. So when you pick up a big round bale, or if you got a heavy load of posts or whatever you're hauling, it doesn't put the frame down on your axle. Okay. It's actually suspended. You're not using the shocks to carry all that weight. So I'm pretty happy with this truck. I drove this thing for, well, I drove it all week. It's sitting on half a tank when I started. And today it was still sitting on half a tank. And I'm like, what's the deal? I'm thinking the gas gauge isn't working. So I took it in and filled it up, and it only held 9 gallons. I'm sure the full tank is probably 30. 35, I don't know, but it's really easy on fuel. So I'm tickled to death with it. It's got a little rust on it, but it's a farm truck. I don't care about that. The young man really kept it up, kept the oil change. He's got it all recorded in the glove box over there. I mean, he really was on top of this truck. So I feel fortunate to get it, and we're going to sell the old one. It's served itself, its usefulness, and we're just going to probably let somebody else take it over from here. But anyway, we're just really pumped about the grazing school. It's going to be an awesome event. Greg just called me, Greg Brown, a minute ago, and they're going to be here in a minute. And we're gonna share everything that we've learned for the last 30 years to the people that come. So, it can save you a ton of money, folks. If you just, you go out here and you spend, let's just say you buy, a couple 100 acres. Well, the day's prices, you're going to have a substantial investment in that. And then you go out and you don't know what you're doing fencing it. You don't know what you're doing running livestock on it. It can be a real wreck. So, if you're going to invest, $200,000 or $300,000, or in some cases over $1 million on land, learn how to set it up right from the very start. Don't go out here and kill yourself doing everything wrong and waste a ton of money and then have to reboot and do it all over again. We're into low overhead far as, that's why we got these baling rollers. That's an ATV baling roller right there. Okay, I just showed you I've got a hydro bed. Guess how many bales that unrolled this last winter? We had a wet winter. Guess how many bales it unrolled? 0. I'm not taking that truck out on my pasture, not when it's wet. If it's frozen and it's really cold and I can get out there making a rut, maybe, but these are the way to go right here. You don't need to go out and tear up your pastures. You can use an ATV and you can unroll a ton of fertility. Okay, so I don't mind feeding a bale of hay if I'm going to grow more grass with it the following year. It takes some of the pain out of it. And it is pain. I hate buying hay, but sometimes you got to have some of it just for those bad times of the winter. But anyway, I'm going to sign off here, and those of y'all new to the channel, hit that subscribe button on the way out. And be watching the website, greenpasturesfarm.net. We are going to be posting another grazing school in September. So y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all down the road.